Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all the ships at sea. Comes now your faithful puppet reporter once again on the topic of healthcare in the United States of America, or shall we say, lack thereof. Having covered the issue before, I have seen some things of late that brought it to my mind that we cannot let up on this for the sake of either ourselves or future generations of Americans, for that matter. Have a major medical issue in this nation and you're more likely to die than in Australia, Switzerland, New Zealand, Canada, France, Sweden, the Netherlands, United Kingdom, or Germany. That should set off alarms in each and every one of us, folks, should it not? In fact, there is numerically verifiable evidence that the United States currently ranks dead last in overall life expectancy among all first world nations. That should cause all of us to ask why and to begin doing something to affect positive change in our infamously horrific healthcare system. And let me add, viewers, that we also currently rank worst for infant mortality, safety of the mother and child during childbirth, and unmanaged diabetes categories. Like it or not, the first nation to reach the moon and to have a man step foot on the moon is now idly sitting back and watching our standard of living delve into third world nation status, all in the name of bribes, kickbacks, and payola schemes. Something that has to change. Let me say that again. Something has to change. Allow this puppet to say things here tonight that no elected official in this land will ever say. Even Donald Trump, the man lauded by so many as savior of America, continues to sit idly by on his fat, wealthy keister and does absolutely zippo to make a positive difference in the healthcare scam in this land. In fact, friends and colleagues, I'm about to state something that may well shock you. I'm about to give words of praise to one Barack Obama, or Barry Soetoro, as I often call him. I know, but hear me out first. I've seen American politician after American politician get into elected office and do absolutely zilch to impact the healthcare system in our nation. Obama tried something, I give him credit. He at least had the gonads to try to make a difference in the American healthcare system, whether you agree with his effort or not. Also, regardless of whether you like the man or not, or his Affordable Health Care Act, otherwise now known as Obamacare, you have to be honest with yourself and realize that he is the first acting U.S. president who actually made an effort to change things for the better, at least as he saw it. In fact, his main goal seems to have been ensuring that many Americans with pre-existing conditions could get health care paid for, things like diabetes and Parkinson's syndrome, for example, among others, conditions that many health insurers turn down on a regular basis before ACA. I will also say that everything Obama intended for ACA to become never reached full fruition due to efforts of others in the Congress from both sides of the aisle who are the main beneficiaries of medical mafia bribes and kickbacks. I believe it is fair to state that ACA was kneecapped by people of nefarious means in order to always be able to point and laugh, all while they are sitting back and watching suffering Americans die daily with no means of getting the care they so desperately need. Needless to say, the blood of many innocent victims is on their hands. Now, after having just said all that, do I believe that Obamacare is the answer for what currently ails the American healthcare system? The answer to that, my viewers, is a clear and unequivocal no. I realize that so many in this land are dead set against a single-payer system that would be managed by the federal government. I also realize that basically everyone is going to have to put on their big boy pants and get over it. Look around the entire globe and you will see that the nations with longest life expectancies and best records of treatments for things such as infant mortality and diabetes are in fact single-payer healthcare systems. These are nations where the governments have decided that no United Healthcare or Merck will hold its citizens hostage just because they need open heart surgery or something as simple as a mammogram. These are nations that many gun-toting, red-blooded Americans continue to look at with smirking faces and misdirected disdain. What we have a tough time with in this nation is pride. We have an up-by-the-bootstraps mentality that tends to punish everyone who does not agree or simply needs to be able to afford an upcoming appendectomy without taking out a second mortgage on their home, or worse yet, having their credit history ruined by a medical mafia that is bent on coercion at every opportunity. Hear me out, aunts and uncles. It is high time that we get a grip on healthcare in this nation, and highly recommend it before it leads to the financial and health ruination of each and every one of us. How can we be proud of the fact that per capita healthcare cost per annum in USA now sits at $15,000, which is twice as high as what citizens spend in Canada, Australia, and Sweden? You can smirk and make excuses all you want, but none of it holds water. None. I've heard them all from, well, in Canada, they wait 6 months to get in for gallbladder surgery, or in UK, they cannot get in to see a doctor for 2 months when they need immediate care. All of this is fake. I have personally known citizens of both those nations who told far different tales. How can anyone be proud of the fact that we are the only nation on planet Earth to ensnare innocent victims with medical bill bankruptcy to a point they cannot even purchase an automobile to get back and forth to work? And all because they had the misfortune to have a medical issue arise that they were severely overcharged for, and all while they were paying the American economy extortion prices for basic goods and services. So here we find ourselves, friends and colleagues, in a land where medical bankruptcies are now commonplace, and people 65 years and older must pay $300 or more per month for all parts of the Medicare that they need. Yes, people on fixed low incomes are victimized in their retirement years. Victims all. We should definitely be proud of that. Does any of that give any of you a warm and fuzzy feeling inside? I thought not. Good night, my loyal viewers, and sleep well.